start in tabletop pose. So feel free to meet me in hands and knees on your yoga mat or yoga towel. So in your tabletop pose with your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, feel free to kind of get yourself settled here. And then as you inhale, you can roll your spine forward so that you look slightly forward. And then as you exhale, start to round the low back, your mid back, and your upper back. Then look at your knees. And then from your low back, start to roll your spine through the mid back, upper back, and then look forward. And then round from the low back, mid back, upper back, and look at your thumbs or knees. And then we're going to roll the low back, mid back, and upper back. And then roll the low back, mid back, upper back, and the neck. And let's find somewhere in the middle, find your tabletop pose again. So I love vinyasa or practicing sun salutations because it's a rhythm. And so we get to create a rhythm with our breath and with our movement today to create this mindful, this meditative movement. So go ahead and tuck your toes under and then lift your knees into your first downward facing dog of today. If you need support in learning how to do downward facing dog, I have videos available. You can also just reach out to me. I can see if I can help you out. But in your downward dog, think about sending this the pelvis right here up toward the ceiling. Take a slight bend to your knees if you'd like to. Feel some length in the back of your leg. Strengthen your arms. And then start to walk your feet towards your hands or towards the front of your mat. When you get to the front of the mat, fold. Let your head, you can actually just look right at your ankles or past your ankles. Press through your feet to lift your arms to the ceiling. Hands to move to your heart. And then we will begin the sun salutations. Reach your arms up to the ceiling as you root through your feet. As you fold forward, place your hands towards the mat. Step your right foot to the back of your mat. Root your hands to the floor underneath your shoulders. And step your left foot back to meet your right. Now you're in a plank pose. Now lower your knees to the mat for a kneeling plank. Then lower the rest of your body towards your mat. Go and untuck your toes, hover your hands, and then lift your chest slightly like you did in your cow, which one is that? Your cow pose, yes. And then lower your hands, tuck your toes, press into that kneeling plank, downward facing dog. And now lift your right leg up to the ceiling. Go ahead and roll your right ankle around as you lift and lower your left heel. It's kind of like rubbing your belly and patting your head. A good little mental challenge for your morning or afternoon, depending on when you watch this. Bring your right knee into your chest and step your right foot as close to the front of your mat as you can. And we'll take a moment here, take a big breath. And as you exhale, step your left foot forward, folding at the front of your mat. And reach up to the ceiling and lower your hands to your heart. Let's reach back up to the ceiling, grow even taller. Lower your hands to the mat. This time, step your right foot to the back of your mat. Plant your hands underneath your shoulder. Step your left foot to the back of the mat. Lower your knees to the mat. Lower the rest of your body. Keep your hands on the floor this time. Push your hands down and towards your hips as you lift your chest and roll the shoulders back a little bit. Then tuck your toes, lift your knees into downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up to the ceiling. Then roll your left ankle around as you lift and lower your right heel. And then on your exhale, bring your left knee into your chest as you roll onto the right tippy toes. Step your left foot as far forward as you can. Pause for a moment, come onto your fingertips. And step your right foot forward, fold at the front of your mat. Root and rise, reach your arms to the ceiling. And plant your hands, or place your hands to your heart at the front of your chest. Reach your arms up to the ceiling. Now let's do a little bit of something different. Bring your palms, press them together. Push your feet down and towards one another as you lean to your left. And then rise back up. Keep pushing your feet down and hugging your legs together as you lean to your right. And rise back up. Let's take a seat in chair pose. As you sit back, as if there were a chair directly behind you and you're going to sit on the edge of the seat. Then push through your legs as you stand back up. Sit back towards the edge of that seat. Then fold, hinge from your hips. Let's step your right foot back. And lower your right knee to the mat. Root through your right hand, lift your left arm to the ceiling. And lower your left hand. Lift your back knee and step your left foot back to meet. So then you can walk your feet to be more in line with one another. Then lower your knees. Lower the rest of your body to the mat. Untuck your toes as you push your hands down and towards your hips, lifting your chest. Shoulders move back a little bit. Downward facing dog. Lift your knees. And lift your right leg up to the ceiling. We're going to roll the right ankle again. Lift and lower the left heel. And go the other way as you roll the ankle. A little bit more of a brain tease. Then bring your right knee into your chest. Hug in a little bit. Step forward. Then lower your left knee. Reach your right hand up to the ceiling for a twist. If you want a little neck stretch, you can drop your left ear towards the left shoulder. Learned that from one of my teachers named Laura Hyman. Then lower your right hand to the floor. Step your left foot forward, fold the front of your mat. Sit back towards that chair. Reach your arms by your ears. And fold forward again. Building a little bit of heat now. Step your left foot back. Keep your back knee lifted. Reach your right arm up to the ceiling. Lower your right hand. Lower your left heel to the mat as you rise up to warrior two this time. Flip your right palm. Reach up toward the ceiling for your reverse warrior. I'm hearing all kinds of little pops around my spine, which means I'm waking up. That's great. This is why I love sun salutations. Bring your arms out. Look over your right thumb. Then lower your hands where they were as you lift your back heel. Now step your left foot forward as you fold. Sit back towards that imaginary chair, lifting your arms out for a chair pose. Breathe in. As you exhale, lower your hands. Step your right foot back. Lower your right knee. Actually, keep your knee lifted. Reach your left arm up to the ceiling. Then lower your left hand as you lower your right heel. So now your right toes are pointed to the long edge of the mat. Lift your arms up for warrior two. Flip your left palm. And reach up and back for reverse warrior, getting a nice side bend across the left side of your body. I want you to push your left heel just down and forward slightly. And bring your arms out to the sides again. Follow your hands to the front of the mat as you lift your back heel. And step your left foot back. Lower your knees, lower the rest of your body. Untuck your toes, push your hands down and back, lifting your body. Now we're in upward dog. Notice that my knees, you might be able to see, my knees are slightly lifted here. And then downward facing dog, flipping one toe at a time. Now let's lift your left leg up. Lift your right heel, roll your ankle the opposite way than you normally do. Good. And then just lower your left foot. Let's lower your knees and take a seat. And pause here and breathe. You can bring your palms together, feeling the warmth and the vibration in your body from your sun salutations. Honoring your time and your effort and your practice, you bow forward. And let your hands rest to your lap as you look forward and open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me in your practice today. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll talk soon.